I'm awake. I'm awake. What a noisy place this hotel is in the morning. Wow. From like before the sun even came up. People banging things around, running up and down the hallways, yelling outside in the hallways. Oh, I'm awake. Here I am. Let's start the day. Alright. Whew. Well, we just got finished delivering our last piece. I'm so glad I got that all ready to go yesterday. I got the whole trailer cleaned up and had their piece sitting right at the back. Made it so much faster here today. Oh, just in and out. Would have taken them a lot longer had I had to clean up the trailer and do everything today yet. And it's a bit of work, takes about half an hour or whatnot, but I saved that by doing that yesterday, which is, I'm really thankful to myself for doing that now. So now we're headed from Sydney, Nova Scotia down to Moncton, New Brunswick area. They're working on a reload for me, but I'm not too sure where. I'm guessing I'll probably be going into northern New Brunswick towards like Inkerman or Miramichi. Just going through this construction zone on this bridge again. I don't know if you guys remember coming over here a few days ago. It's one-lane traffic through here, so they got traffic coming towards us stopped right now. What an amazing, amazing place to be. Nova Scotia is just incredible. If you ever want to tour Canada, don't forget to stop by Nova Scotia. That phone is never quiet, if you're wondering. It doesn't matter when I start talking, it's going to interrupt me. And if I turn it on silent, I'll forget to turn it back on, and then I'll miss everything. Gotta wait till I stop to read it anyway. Look at that cliff there. You think that was mined that way, or did it naturally form like that? Almost looks like people took a big chunk out of that mountain right there. Oh, look at these wide loads coming up here. There's a house coming through. How is a house gonna fit through that construction zone? Check this out on the left coming up here. You think that's gonna fit through there? I don't know, I'm gonna have to rewind the vlog and see if I think there'll be room. I wish I could be there to film it. I don't think they're gonna make it through. Still don't understand how it can be cheaper to build a house and then move it. You'd think it would be cheaper to build it where you want it, but I understand there are other variables involved that make it cheaper. Now this is the roundabout that really screwed me up on the way out. Let's try to get this right.
Exit to 104.
Okay, this guy has to yield to me. Okay, thank you. Alright, turn left here. This is like a funky roundabout. It's not even a real roundabout, which makes it even worse. Oh. Okay, did we do it right? Okay, good, good. Good to go. 3 hours to Moncton.
318 kilometers on 104.
Oh, hush. There's a scale right after this big bridge here, this land bridge. Let's see if it's open. If it's not, I'm gonna pull in there and let diesel out. If it is open, well, I'm just gonna, you know, go over the scale and get out of there. I don't like hanging around there if I don't have to. This is a drawbridge here. I've only seen it go up once. Or does it twist? I don't know. Every once in a while, a ship goes through here. Looks like they're building a temporary bridge over there, though. I guess this channel here is closed to ships for a while. Okay. That temporary bridge isn't gonna move. So I don't know why they didn't build an actual bridge here. Must have been cheaper just to throw a bunch of rocks in here and divide the waters and build a road here. if the scale's open. Now it looks like it's closed. Okay, good, good. A closed scale is the best kind of scale. It's roundabout Thanksgiving for you Americans down there on south of the border, over the fence over there. Happy Thanksgiving to you guys. Hope you guys can all find something that you're thankful for. At least one thing. Give it a shot. At least there's got to be one thing you're thankful for. You guys celebrate Thanksgiving late. Just saying. Canada, we have Thanksgiving in October, but it sort of makes sense because Thanksgiving sort of goes with the autumn season in my mind, right? Falling leaves, fall time, you know. And our autumn happens in October. Yours sort of happens later in November because you're lucky enough to be further south and away from the hell that is the Arctic. So it makes sense, man. Hope you guys are all having a good time. I don't think Thanksgiving happened yet, did it? I think it's on the 24th. Happy Thanksgiving anyways. Did you see my my Thanksgiving address from Transportation Nation Network? If I remember, I'll put a link to it down below in the description. If not, you can go scour my social media for it. It's there. Or go to Transportation Nation Network on Facebook or Twitter and you'll find it there. Hope you eat lots of turkey. Lots of turkey. Bad time to be a turkey. Really bad time of year to be a turkey. Oh, all of you green energy people are gonna love this. It's a whole field of dreams for you. Look at this. Clean energy everywhere. Though technically it's not clean, you know, because it takes quite a bit of oil and fossil fuels to build the materials for these air turbines, and a lot of fossil fuels and whatnot to get all the products here and set up. And then they kill how many birds on average per year? Because the birds go flying through these massive fields like this, and it's like a war zone for them. Like, can you imagine flying through that? Like, those blades spin pretty fast. They look pretty slow from here, I know, but it's dangerous for a bird to fly around here. But hey, makes you feel good, right? Makes you feel good. Right on, Nova Scotia. Right on. Good for you. We're coming up to the border with New Brunswick. You'll see it here in a second. Remember, it's that little tiny little bridge with the flags. You'll see the Nova Scotia flag. You cross the bridge and you see the New Brunswick flag. It's very exciting. But first we have to see if this scale is open as we leave Nova Scotia. So I'm going to stop talking now because I know you're tired of hearing my voice. And I'll put some music on. That's a little more refreshing than my voice. I understand. Alright, we are officially reloaded with new freight. It's brand new. We're sitting underneath it. We're going to be pulling it all the way down to North Carolina, United States of America. This is our first trip into the United States since the election down there. I'm coming. I'm going to see how great you guys are already. Just saying, I'm expecting great things. huge things, you know. I'm expecting a whole new world. Then again, wait. Maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself. Inauguration is only January 20th, right? I would love to be there for inauguration. You know, I would love to come down to the United States for the historic event of a transfer of power. You know, with whoever got elected aside, let's just leave that aside. Any election in the United States is historic for the world because the whole world is affected right away. They control so many little facets that's interwoven and connected with every country of the world that every transfer of power, the whole world is watching. We all want to know who's going to be telling us what to do next. In a good way. I didn't mean that to sound bad. But what I mean by that is America is the leader of the free world, whether or not some of us want to admit it or not. I wish Canada could have a bit more weight to put into the whole world, but we don't have that many people up here. It's cold. I sort of like it this way. It's big and empty. Lots of space for me and my friends. All right? It's fine the way it is. They have a lot of pull. I would love to be there in January when they do the transfer of power. I don't know how safe it'll be there, but I'm sure that security will be through the roof. But just for fun, you know? We'll see. We'll see. But this is my first trip down to the States since the election, though he's not in power yet. So January 20th, I expect to see great, huge things happening down there. Huge. The sun is going to shine brighter. All right? The colors are going to be so much brighter. There's going to be money flying everywhere in the wind. I'm just kidding. I'm just bugging you guys. I'm just bugging you. Let's go to America. This is a very bumpy driveway they got going on here. The whole yard where I was loading here too, complete mud, just mud. I had to lock the diffs and everything just to make sure I didn't get stuck. Oh boy. Well, at least now that I'm loaded, it's a bit smoother. Coming in, oh man, I had to just creep over these things. Throwing stuff all over the place. You know what I mean? It's not so bad now that I got a lot of weight on me. All right, diesel. Diesel weasel. Got ourselves some fuel here at Petro Canada, the Petro Pass here in Moncton, New Brunswick. We're all set, ready to rock, ready to roll. Oh, we're not going to cross into the States tonight. There isn't anybody in the office to clear my paperwork today, so we'll do that tomorrow. We got until Thursday morning to get down to what's the town name again? Hillsboro, North Carolina. Oh, so we got some time. We're not in that big of a rush, but you never know with traffic and whatnot, and hopefully I don't run into any, roadblocks or protesters blocking the roads. I really don't need that. So if you're planning on going out and protesting, stay off the interstates, for crying out loud. Some of the rest of us, we got to get our jobs done. Some of us got to work. All right, just go protest around like somewhere normal, like City Hall, or your local police department, or some government building where it actually makes sense to protest a government issue. Blocking traffic does nothing but make people hate you and whatever you're standing for. If you're trying to win people over, blocking traffic is not the way. Just a little heads up. Just a little heads up. Not gonna win anybody over that way. Got myself a coffee here. Love free coffee. This wasn't free. It lies. Oh, it's a question. Love free coffee? Yes, I do. Why? Did you give me free coffee? Buy 5 hot beverages. Collect 200 Petro points each. Use those 1,000 points to get 1 free. What do you know? Pilot Flying J, why do I have to buy more to get a free one from you? I can just buy 5 to get a free one from here. Capitalism, competition. Keeping you guys honest. Just saying. I know it takes some more cough medicine. Still can't get rid of this cough. I'm gonna go see a doctor when I get home. That's ridiculous. A little ridiculous. Where are you? Where are you? There you are. This is what I've been using, and it's been Very great. This isn't product placement or anything, but cough control. Robitussin. It's non-drowsy, don't worry. I checked. Alright, I got some text messages. Okay, people want to talk to me. I better talk back to them before I start rolling here. Some privacy here. They're talking to me, not to you. We're on Beardsley Road here right now. As in, those guys' beards are very Beardsley. Beardsley Road. It's a little further than I thought it would be, but we're at the Irving, about 10 miles from Holton, Maine, at the U.S. border. We're pretty much in Woodstock, New Brunswick. And this is where we're going to be sleeping tonight. Hopefully they have room at the inn for us. If they don't, I saw plenty of space to park at the Shell a few miles back, and I got time to get there yet if I need to. But if there's room here, this is where we're going to spend the night. They got fuel here, they got food here, they got showers here, they got a Tim Hortons here. Everything to make a man happy. Almost, I should say almost everything. Not quite everything. See if there's a spot to park. Might end up back at Shell, you never know. It looks pretty full here already. I hope I get a park in a quiet spot and not right beside someone idling really loudly. Now it's time to sort of put everything away. I sort of threw everything into the truck. I made the bed and whatnot, but after washing all the laundry and everything, I sort of just threw everything in here. Some of these pants weren't dry yet, so I had to hang them up all day. Fold these up. I just finished going through my Twitter feed and watching, watching the world sort of melt around certain people. A lot of snowflakes out there, I tell you what. Beginning to realize a lot of the people that I looked up to in the YouTube world were very different people than I thought they were. I am disappointed. My bunk heater's just turning on here now. It's getting a little cool in here. It's a little cold here. So we're right by the border with Maine, the Maine state, and New Brunswick. I'm going to be here till tomorrow sometime. I'm going to get this laundry put away right now, edit my vlog, and try to stay off social media for a bit. I started this YouTube journey about 5 years ago. And there's a lot of people in the YouTube world that I look up to. I won't name any names now. None of them really drive trucks. I don't know if you guys follow them too or not. They're not in the trucking world at all. When I started making videos, there was no trucking content out there. There's very little trucking content, I should say. Very little. Now there's tons and tons of trucking content out there. But I wanted to make a daily vlog, and I was the first one that I know of to start vlogging every single day. And I got that idea off of other YouTubers that have nothing to do with trucking, but I really, really looked up to them for motivation, for inspiration, and I even talked about them in a lot of my vlogs. And to watch how this election in the United States has torn people apart, unhinged a lot of people. It's either changed who they are as people, or it's brought out the real person in them. You know what I mean? Okay, it's not that cold in here. Come on. Calm down there. Thing just goes full board right away. Oh, you're feeling chilly? But yeah, it's sad to see YouTuber tear apart other YouTubers online, like big YouTubers. I'm talking YouTubers with like millions of followers, who I thought sat in a completely different political area than they obviously actually did. It's really, what would you say, disheartening? Is that the right word that I'm looking for? It's disappointing seeing this election cycle happen and how intense it's gotten. And I'm not talking about camping either. My one little joke to try to lighten the mood. People are fighting against their friends, their family, their parents, their kids, their brothers, their sisters, their cousins over an election. I know that it was a big one, and I know that I don't live in America. I'm a foreigner, if you want to call me that. I don't feel like a foreigner when I'm there because I've always felt very welcome in the United States. It's my second home. I've said it on Facebook before that I love America. And I will always defend it as if it were my own. Guy backing in beside me with a backup beeper right now. 1 second. Oh wait, no, never mind. He's just got squeaky brakes. Wait, no, that's a backup beeper. Do me a favor right now. If you have a backup beeper on your truck, please, not just me, do it for the world. Do it for the betterment of mankind. Snip those wires, okay? Just snip them. Nobody likes your backup beeper, all right? I trust your ability to be able to maneuver your vehicle without running someone over. You know, these people that I've looked up to for years, and it's not because of who they voted for. I don't know who they voted for. I have no idea. They could have voted for Trump. They could have voted for Hillary. I have a feeling by the sounds of their tweets, they voted for Johnson or something. I very highly doubt they voted for Stein. But Johnson was a little unhinged, though, don't you think? He seemed to be very like, ooh, what do I know? What do I know? It's just I'm just blabbing right now. Just blabbing. Just hopefully everything will die down. Because we can't change what happened. We can't change it. Whether you like it or not, you can't change what happened. But you can try. I don't want to say don't try. I mean, I know how I felt when when my side lost the election here in Canada. It still gets rubbed in my face all the time because I'm very open about it online here. And it's not like the American elections, like I don't get death threats in my inbox from saying I didn't vote for Trudeau. I don't usually get that. Maybe at first a little bit, but everyone was real angry at that time. But I remember that feeling, that sinking feeling, watching the Canadian election and just watching your candidate get completely pummeled. Like it was I don't want to say a landslide, but you might characterize it as that, right? We lost. Big time. We lost bigly. It was huge. Huge, we lost. But you know what? 4 years. We have another election. Just like in the States, we have elections, you know. We're a free country. Democratic. We're a constitutional monarchy, so we still have a monarch. The Queen of England is our queen. She is my queen. Though she doesn't do anything queen-like. She's too busy waving at people. She doesn't really do anything. And I'm not connected to her at all. British people are really connected to their monarchs. They really love their monarchs out there. But in Canada, I personally wish that in 1776, when the Americans decided, that's enough, we want to be independent, no more of these British people telling us what to do, I really, really wish the colonies in Canada would have joined them. What were we thinking? Oh, we can do this on our own here, eh? Oh yeah, we'll just do this on our own over here, eh? And America turns out to be this massive, amazing, great country. And we're up here like, hey, want to buy our stuff? Because if you don't, we're screwed. Sort of need you, buddy, there, eh? All right, we need you. May as well have just joined them. Just my opinion, though. Just rambling on here. Oh, well. Oh, well. You know, in my head, if the West were to become its own country, Western Canada, Manitoba West, that'd be all right, too. I mean, I don't want to sound like California saying, I didn't get my way, let's leave. No, seriously, in the West, it doesn't matter who's in power, if it's the Conservatives or if it's the Liberals. The West is always milked for everything they're worth, and they get all of their money and prosperity redistributed over to the East. So even our Conservatives are socialists in Canada. So the West is completely different. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm tired. I'm tired of all this stuff in my Twitter feed, making me think about stuff. And you know I don't like thinking. Sorry to bore you with that last thing right at the end of the day, but that's what was on my mind. I vlog about whatever's on my mind. It just goes into my head, comes out my mouth. There's somewhat of a filter in there, I have somewhat of a filter, believe it or not. Not all of my thoughts get through onto the camera. I also have the editing process later, where I get to edit out almost everything I said so that it sounds a little better. So I have multiple filters to go through before it gets to you, but I want you guys to know what I'm thinking, how I'm feeling. I'd love to know what you're thinking. I'm not saying you got to think like me. It'd be a boring world if we all thought like me. I mean, it'd be awesome for me, but it'd probably be boring for everybody else. So, love to know what you think of everything I'm talking about. I'm not talking like everything is fact. I'm just talking. We'll see you tomorrow anytime after 5 a.m., 4 a.m. Central Time, 5 a.m. Eastern Time, I guess. Is that a beeper again? For crying out loud! Stop it with the beepers! Vlog is done. That's all I could come up with at the end of the day. So I ended the vlog off here with a bunch of rambles about what's going through my head. Don't take me too seriously with what I talk about, especially at the end of the day like that. I was tired. I just wanted to get some thoughts out of my head, and it just feels good to sometimes just say them out loud and sort of share it with people, see what they think, you know. I'm not saying that I'm right about everything or that all my ideas are good ideas, but that's the whole purpose of the vlog, right? Is just to put yourself out there and put what's on your mind out there and see what people think, right? So I'd love to know what you think about the things I talked about, not just at the end there, but throughout the entire vlog. This vlog was a longer one again. Look at us, we're at like 26 minutes already, almost 27. Wow. That's awesome. So if you're new to the vlog, welcome. I hope you hit that subscribe button and stick around. I make a new video every single day. Get them out at 4 a.m. Central Time here in North America, whatever time that is where you are. Try to be as consistent as I can with that. I think I do a pretty good job with that. But I really appreciate you guys watching this. I really do. You know, without you guys, I'd just be talking to myself all day, and I wouldn't have anyone to bounce ideas off of, or wouldn't have anyone to listen to my crazy rambling thoughts about world issues. I'm a very political guy, I know that, and a lot of people get uncomfortable talking about that kind of stuff. For me, I sort of thrive on it. I like to know what people think, I like to know why they think what they think, and I like to challenge what people believe. Too many people believe what they do and have no reason why. That drives me absolutely nuts. I like to challenge people's beliefs. I like to know why they believe what they believe. And I come off very, maybe confrontational, but I think it's good for us all to be challenged. It sort of, you know, builds a good foundation for us so that when people challenge us again in the future, we know why we're saying what we're saying, and we know why we believe what we believe and why we're right, or why we believe we're right. Alright, well that ended on a weirdly serious note. I'm tired, I'm going to bed. Have a good night, guys. I will see you tomorrow. Don't forget to hit that like button, please.